Good morning, everyone. Morning gray notes here this morning. As of this recording, corn up a penny and a quarter at 5.27. Beans are down 1 3/4 to 12.16. We might anticipate a little bit more buying going into the end of overnight trade, especially in the beans, where we've seen 3 sessions in a row of new 8 a.m. sales. Solid to see those sales. Not quite a pattern that's large enough to offset that 320 carryout just yet. In fact, it would likely take over a week or two, but we'll see. We'll keep tracking these sales every single morning, see how many we get, put them all together, and see how much of a carryout impact that could mean to the market. For now, we will say that even with these 8 a.m. sales, the overall exports are still behind USDA expectations. So let's just keep tracking them and see how they go. Now that we have the October crop report behind us, the next major crop report that's expected to make any sizable news would be the January crop report. And that means a few things. First, we'll turn our attention over to fund activity. We saw that on Friday's report. They were sellers of 23,000 corn, sellers of 20,000 beans, and they were sellers of 14,000 wheat. Now, seeing that the carryout that we got in October, and also not expecting any more major changes until January, funds liquidated longs in all three markets, and obviously a sizable amount. So perhaps they'll just choose the sidelines. For beans, they're still long 29,000. You'd almost consider that a flat position for them. In wheat, they're short 8,500. That is still close enough, we'll call it flat. But in corn, they are long 228,000. So there's much more potential liquidation to be seen in that corn market. So let's keep track of this every week as well. Another thing, in order of importance, we will start to see more attention turn to South America. We would still caution you don't want to turn too much attention there until bean harvest reaches 75% complete. It's expected to be about 65 on this report. So normal timing, you would say more South American attention would turn that direction, maybe this time next week or into next week, but wouldn't quite turn too heavy of attention there just yet. We will mention that talk for weather down there for planting has been all right. If there's one word that sums it up best, that's what we've been seeing, is that for the most part, you would call it all right. But also, we do want to point out that any China news, China buying or a lack of China buying, that is still going to be number one. So while South America will get quite a bit more talk, immediate market influence is still China number one, South America number two. Flipping over to the cattle, a little encouraging on a couple fronts here. Late last week, there was talk of a 124.50 cash trade. May not raise the weekly average that much because they happened late and it was likely small quantity, but that was another 50 cents higher. Also, funds were buyers of 10,000 cattle. Obviously, buying 1 week is by far not a pattern, but after seeing over a month of liquidation, almost actually a month and a half, just seeing them as 10,000 contract buyers eases up pressure. We'll see what we get. Maybe the funds will actually turn around and help this market out. We have seen 2 of the last 3 show lists lower. So that's also a trend that we were looking to get started here. We'll see if that continues today. Again, we don't need every show list to be lower to suggest fewer numbers, but obviously we need to see more of them be lower than higher to start making a case that a trend of lower numbers is finally starting to show up. So that's what we're looking at here today. Of course, if anybody has questions, give me a call anytime. Thank you.